Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon. So today is December 1st, right after Thanksgiving break. Hope you all had a great time with your family, friends, by yourself, whatever it is. Just hope you enjoyed your time. Uh, the Pokemon market here in Miami, it's still great. I mean, great meaning if you're a scalper, you could still buy a whole bunch of product and sell it and double your money, essentially, triple your money. Who knows? However, by great, I sincerely mean the hobby is still booming. And it is very unfortunate that there's still not that much product in stores, but there is product in stores. You just have to be there early to receive it. I haven't seen or heard of any more like major fights or drama or confrontations here in Miami, or at least in my niche, in my circles. It's been pretty safe. So if you want to go get product, essentially, just show up at Target around 5 something in the morning, maybe 6, and then just wait, which is, of course, ridiculous because that's a humongous waste of time if you're just going there to buy a few packs to rip with your kids or, rip at night. That should be like, you remember Nick at Night? Rip at night. Anyway, uh, it's kind of ridiculous if you just want to rip some packs to make that sort of a line. Honestly, it's probably best to just go to like local card shows and negotiate deals with vendors. And yeah, generally speaking, vendors are the very same scalpers that are there early in the morning. And I have a lot of friends that are vendors, and they're also quote unquote, right, scalpers. But if the market allows it, then it is what it is, right? But I personally don't have time to go early in the morning. That's when I'm dealing with my kids. So I pretty much always miss out on product. So what I do is I just ask a friend here and there if they could sell me something. Sometimes it's at MSRP, sometimes a little bit over. Always under market though. Just they're helping me out to get some product. Or I just get lucky with a Best Buy drop, or that's pretty much it. Best Buy. I've never been able to buy on Target online. Never been able to buy on Walmart online, Amazon. Never, not once have I ever hit on any of those. Prior to all this craziness, yes, I always used to buy there. But ever since towards the end of 151, what year was that? 2023? When by the time Surging Sparks came out, basically, I've never been able to buy on Amazon, Walmart, or Target. The only place I could hit sometimes, Best Buy. Don't know why. That's just how it's worked out. Costco one time. But back to the market here, it's accessible. You can still go early in the morning if you have the time, pick up some product. If not, just go to local events. There's a lot of trade nights happening, a lot of vendor venues taking place. In the middle of the week, on weekends, it's all over the place. So plenty to get product, trade. You could have some from your collection, and generally speaking, they probably all went up in price. So you could use those cards that you have that you don't really want at this point, maybe trade them into a vendor for some sealed cards if what you want is to rip. So that's what I would be doing. Again, I don't rip that much, but when I do, I just get it from a friend. But if you don't have friends, that's probably the best bet for you. So the thing is, however, if you're doing what I just said, you're kind of promoting the vendors slash scalpers to continue that mindset, that approach to the market. So they're going to keep going to Target. They're going to keep going to Walmart. They're going to keep camping Best Buys, GameStops. GameStop is another one that I used to be able to hit in person, but not anymore. It's completely cooked. And their prices are super high at this point as well. So, anyway, So if you buy from these vendors or trade with these vendors, you are essentially promoting this type of behavior for them to continue camping Walmart, camping Target, and then selling over MSRP. But again, the market is allowing it. So it's all a balance, it's all a game. Same as interest rates. For example, if you want to buy a home, well, you want to buy a home, interest rates are high, right? But you could also put money in a money market account, interest rates are high. So it's a balance. So you could use your past cards that are probably up in price, or your past sealed that you've had for whatever reason. You could trade that, sell that, and it's higher price, and then you could get new product, and it's higher price. So it's a balance. It works. You just got to play the game. If you're just buying at over MSRP and you're ripping all of it, well, you're absolutely annihilating your wallet. Even if you sell 100% of what you get from those packs, chances are it doesn't even pay for the sealed. So, I mean, that if you have the money, you can afford it, that's what you want, then by all means, please go for it. Enjoy it. That's what this is about. You enjoy it in whatever way you want. But it's just play the game. If the market is high, you could sell your stuff high, buy other stuff high. If the market is low, you sell your stuff low, you buy other things low. No need to complain, no need to fuss about it. Just gotta participate in the market, gotta participate in this point in time. It will be different at one point. Right now, supposedly everything went down, which it did a little bit, not a lot, but it did go down. But word on the street, all the big YouTubers and stuff and whatever, they all say that everything's gonna go right back up. Rudy, for example, Alpha Investment. And I'll give a shout out to Nostalgianomics. I like him as well. Everything is gonna go right back up. That's what they say. And it honestly, it seems like it will once the whole holiday expense thing ends, and then it's tax season, people get the refunds. It's like a cycle. It's just like the market. It's just like regular everyday life, right? So play the game, meaning buy what you want, sell what you want, go to trade nights, go to conventions, and get involved in the community. And that's probably your best bet to actually find product or find cards that you want to buy. I'm not a big fan of slabs, but at least with slabs, you can authenticate that the cards are not fake for the most part, right? 99% of them are not fake. Although it could happen. Look what happened with the CGC. But, I like to feel like the actual card. I like to look at them. I like my singles. I like the binders. That's my jam. So you do what you want. All these venues and conventions and trade nights, they're very accessible for all that stuff. Just play the game. That's what you gotta put in your head. Play the game. If you don't play the game, you're just never gonna win. You're never gonna be able to participate. You're always gonna be standing on the sidelines waiting for, prices to drop or MSRP to happen or below MSRP. No one really knows where this is all gonna go. So if you wanna have fun with Pokemon, you gotta play the game. I don't mean the actual TCG, I mean the market game. And if you want to be a scalper, you do you. You go camp outside and you go flip that product. You do you. It's not something I like. It's not something I would endorse. I would rather just be able to go to Target and buy whatever product I want, rip it with my kids, rip it here on YouTube, add to my collection, and then go another day, get some more, another day, get some more. Instead of, when I do hit something and I do find like a whole restock, it's like the anxiety of the greed that comes into mind is like, I literally want to just grab it all, but I can't. Literally, the stores won't let you for the most part. Target won't let you. GameStop won't let you. Best Buy won't let you. Walmart is starting not to let you here locally. Some Walmarts are having limits, I don't know if it's nationwide yet, but Miami is a cesspool. So I wish I could just go to the store and not have that greed happen and just want to take everything. But I miss the old days of just casually walking to Target with my wife, doing groceries, passing by the Pokemon aisle, grabbing a few packs, ripping them with my kids, and just calling it a night. That was nice. And going to Pokemon Center, buying a few sealed, keeping them, in my investments portfolio, right? Which I don't like to see it too much as an investment. It is, but it's more of a collection. It's my collection. I like having sealed product. Like, it's nice. I like looking at it, knowing that inside that ETB or inside that booster box, UPC, whatever, there's a whole bunch of content, like, not content, items that are stuck in time. You know what I mean? They're just stuck in time. They were purchased, for example, 2021, and they're just there. That's what existed in 2021. And flash forward some years in 2040, I'm gonna be in my storage unit and say, oh wow, I remember this in 2021. Like, these packs, these cards, what's inside here could be blank cards. I don't know, I enjoy that. I like that, but at the same time, I like having the cards. I'm not a big fan of master setting. I'm just kind of like, whatever. But I like having the cards I like, and having the sealed of product that I like. And then I just hoard some sealed as well, just with the intention, of course, to sell in the future, so that I could use that money to buy more cards. Yeah. So again, market is marketing. It's doing great. It's still high. Product is still available. You just got to show up early. And if you really want product, the best bet is probably just going to events, buying things from these events, and trading your stuff in these events or selling them in these events so that you could buy more. That's probably the best bet. You could open a TCG account, TCG Player, or eBay, or your own website, Instagram, whatever, TikTok, and you could sell your stuff. But that's if you want to do that, right? There's just something more interesting about going to these places, these events, and taking some stuff there with the intention of selling it or trading for it, so that you could get other things in return. And then you get to meet other people. You see the same vendors over and over again. You buy from them enough times, you establish some form of relationship that you know each other, you understand each other, you trust each other, and maybe they'll sell you stuff at 90%, whatever. Or maybe you could be like, hey, listen, if you find any product, call me, and then I'll go pick it up. So they could do a quicker flip, and they're essentially sourcing the product for you, and you don't have to go make the line and go through all that hassle. You just be like, hey, listen, I'll give you, slight under market, but at least you don't have to wait to the card show. At least you don't have to lug it around with your other inventory. I'll go meet you at a Walgreens or whatever and just pick it up from you. That's what I do. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Oh, like and comment. It's a thing. I don't care if you subscribe. Just like and comment. I'm curious to see what it does to the algorithm, as everyone says. Peace.